Differentiating snap-ins and modules. As I've said in the introduction to this module, these are the objects by which PowerShell functionality is encapsulated or packaged. Packaged for whom, you might ask? Well, packaged for your development team. You might have, or maybe your development team uses the .NET programming language to create a number of custom commandlets that are fit to your environment. Their deliverable to you, the Windows Systems Administrator, would be a module, and you then need to know where to place the module, and you need to know how to access the module and get to the commands inside it. It's not very scary, so don't get all intimidated at this point. Believe me, if you've come this far in the training, you're ready for anything. The confusing piece is that even now in 2014, you'll find some Microsoft products, some third-party products using the snap-in as opposed to the module. Now, while both the snap-in and the module package code for transport and portability reasons, snap-ins are the old version 1 way to package code. Those were really geeky, or are really geeky. What they are DLLs, dynamic link library files. So you can't just crack them open and look at them like you can in modules. And they have to be registered on your system, just like any DLL does, in order to use them. SharePoint Server 2013, believe it or not, packages all of the SharePoint commandlets in a DLL called Microsoft.SharePoint.PowerShell. And you use add PS snap-in and then a path to the snap-in in order to load it. Now you might recall earlier in the course I mentioned something called module auto-loading, where in PowerShell v3 and up, I actually referenced this on the slide explicitly right here, you don't have to do an explicit import module if you have the modules in the right spot on your system. And I'll show you what that looks like in a demo in just a minute. Snap-ins, it's a different story. Because they're DLLs, they always have to be registered, so you always have to manually load the snap-in before you can use it. With modules, you can run get module, list available to look at what's available on your system, not necessarily loaded into memory, but available for loading on your system. If you want to, you can do an import module, but like I said, you don't have to. You can, for instance, on a domain controller, start to use Active Directory commandlets right off the bat. Get ADUser, filter, star, boom. And there you go. In the background, it might take an extra couple seconds to get your output. That's because module auto-loading is loading the Active Directory module in the background for you. Isn't that cool? This is important here. There's an environment variable called PS module path, and that's where you want to put your modules that are given to you or that you may have crafted yourself. The reason why it's important to put modules in a discrete path is that, as it happens, the module auto-loading uses that environment variable to determine what it can auto-load. So the way this would work is that a developer, let's say, creates a module for you, gives you the file, the module file, and these often have an extension PSM to be differentiated from PS1, which is an ordinary script file. And if you put that module file in the proper folder, wherever PS module path indicates, and there's some additional rules that are beyond our scope. You actually have to create a folder inside your modules folder with the same name as the module, and then you put the module in the folder. So as long as you follow the strict rules, module auto-loading will then take over from there. Now, you can always do an import module to do a one-off module load. Let's say a developer gives you a module and you just put it in the root of drive C. That way auto-loading is not going to work, but you could do import module, c:\module.psm, and then you would have access to the commandlets. You could do a get command module name, and just start using the module contents, I should say, that way. Hope that makes some sense.